Can the iPhone 17 Pro replace an actual professional cinema camera? Well, to find out, I put both to the test on a real video shoot. Here's what happened, and welcome to Prove It. The iPhone 17 Pro packs a powerful video setup with a trio of cameras, large image sensors, ProRes RAW codecs, and log color profiles for advanced editing. It makes the phone one of the most powerful video shooters of any of 2025 smartphones. But to see how good it really is in a professional setting, I wanted to give it a real challenge. So I put together a video shoot where I put the iPhone up against a full cinema camera rig to see just how well the iPhone can hold its own. I'd planned a production with a coffee roaster in Edinburgh called Santu, and to help give both cameras the best chance, I also roped in the help of expert director of photography Cal Hallows. So that said, let's start by taking a look at our finished video. Roll clip. Honestly, I'm pretty pleased with how that has come out. So let's talk about the cameras. We didn't use any extra lenses with the iPhone, instead just using the built-in standard ultra-wide or telephoto zoom options. I was shooting using the BlackMagic camera app, and because I was also shooting in Apple's ProRes RAW codec, I was capturing all of the footage directly to an external SSD. On the front, I had a variable neutral density filter to allow me to keep a consistent shutter speed. The iPhone's competition is the BlackMagic Pyxis 6K. It's a professional cinema camera with a full-frame image sensor, RAW video capabilities, and 6K resolution. I paired that with some stunning pro cinema lenses, including the RLES primes and extract probe lens from DZO Film, and a couple of choice cine primes from Sigma. And that's a pretty formidable setup. We shot over the course of a single day, and I had done a rough storyboard in advance of the shots I wanted to get. And there were some angles that I wanted to try and directly replicate on both cameras. This shot of the storeroom being opened, for example. It was a lovely scene, and I actually think there's little difference in the quality between the iPhone shot and the BlackMagic's. Apple's ProRes RAW codec gave a lot of scope for color grading, allowing us to create some beautiful looks that I honestly think look just as good coming from the phone as they do from the camera. Just like this final shot of the roastery owner, Washington, finally enjoying his coffee. I love the colors and exposure from both cameras, but if I'm nitpicking, which I always am, there's a faint flickering of the background lights visible on the iPhone shot, which I really wouldn't want in a professional production like this. Other shots I found a bit more difficult to replicate. I love this angle of Washington pulling his trolley through the scene. On the iPhone, the main lens wasn't really wide enough to capture everything we wanted, And yet going ultra wide was too much the other way, so we ended up having spare gear and other people seen in the image. And that was the same on this low shot, where we actually put both the cameras on the trolley for this interesting perspective. Again, the iPhone's wide shot captures a bit more than we wanted, but the range of lenses that we had for the Blackmagic camera meant that we could choose exactly the focal length that we wanted to get the shot that we needed. But focal length isn't the only reason why using proper lenses like that is always going to be better. The DZO RLES Primes are awesome cinema lenses, offering wide apertures that allowed us to shoot with gorgeous natural bokeh. And that was especially the case when I used a secret weapon, the DZO Film Extract Probe lens, which gives both a wide angle but also an extremely close focusing view. I loved using it on this shot in particular, where we focused right on where Washington is using the bean grinder. Absolutely love how this looks, having that focus just on where he's using the brush or when he's pouring the beans in. Such a cool shot. I tried to replicate this on the iPhone using the close focusing ultra wide lens, and the shot looks pretty decent, but again it lacks that professional feel. Especially because without that background blur, we can more easily see things behind him like the dishwasher or other items stored under the counter that's otherwise hidden in the blur on the main camera. But the iPhone has its own secret weapon: its size. The tiny size of the iPhone, even with the filter and the SSD crudely taped to it, is so small that we're able to get shots that we simply couldn't have achieved with the big camera. In particular, this shot, where I rigged the iPhone to an arm inside the cooling machine so that it traveled around and around as the beans were churned. It adds an amazing energy to the film, as does this top-down one that looks down on the arms as they turn. They're such dynamic scenes, and they're probably my two favourite shots from the whole thing. And they were just done on the phone, because trying to rig up a heavy camera and a big cinema lens to get those angles would simply have been impossible. So it's not a total win for the iPhone, but then I never expected it to be. The point of this shoot was not to prove that the iPhone can completely replace a cinema camera on a professional production, but instead see how well it performs as part of a bigger setup, augmenting the shots that we get with other pieces of equipment. I love the creative angles that we found using the phone, and while Cal definitely found that color grading and matching the footage wasn't quite as easy as we thought it might be, I do still think that the clips work really well as part of the finished film. So don't think that if you want to get into professional filmmaking, that you need to go out and spend tens of thousands on an immense cinema rig and glass to go with it. Your iPhone has everything you need to get started, and you can be a lot more flexible with your creativity. Our days of shooting and editing and color grading have shown that the iPhone isn't ready to be the only camera on a professional production. But mix its small size in with the other cameras on set, and then you've got yourself an incredibly powerful production setup.